In this lecture, I will give an introduction to SAP Activate Methodology. So before we start learning the configuration and end-user processes in SAP S/4HANA, it is important to understand how SAP systems are actually implemented in real projects. For SAP S/4HANA implementations, SAP provides a standard implementation methodology called SAP Activate. Whether we are implementing SAP S/4HANA Finance, Sourcing and Procurement, or Sales module, the implementation project follows the SAP Activate methodology. This methodology provides a structured roadmap that guides consultants and business users through the entire SAP implementation lifecycle by combining SAP best practices, guided configuration tools, and an agile project delivery approach to implement SAP systems faster and more efficiently. So, the three main key components of SAP Activate are SAP best practices, guided configuration, and agile project delivery. So, what are SAP best practices? These are pre-configured, ready-to-run business processes or solutions provided by SAP. These include standard business process flows, pre-configured system settings, test scripts, documentation. This allows companies to start with a working system instead of building everything from scratch. Similarly, guided configuration provides SAP consultants step by step deployment guidance to configure the SAP system. This is supported by using SAP Central Business Configuration and Fiori based configuration apps. These simplify system setup and reduce configuration errors. The next one is Agile methodology. SAP Activate methodology is based out of Agile methodology, and Agile methodology is a way to manage a project by breaking it up into several phases. It involves constant collaboration with stakeholders and continuous feedback, flexibility, and frequent improvements at every stage of the project lifecycle. Once the work begins, teams cycle through a process of planning, executing, and evaluating. Next, SAP Activate consists of six phases: discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run. SAP Activate methodology is a successor of ASAP methodology, that is the abbreviation of Accelerated SAP, which was used for SAP ECC implementation projects, that is the business suite before SAP S/4HANA version. SAP ECC followed a traditional waterfall approach with five phases, that is, project preparation, business blueprint, realization, final preparation, go live, and support. And here are the quick differences in between SAP Activate and ASAP methodology. SAP Activate is designed for SAP S/4HANA and follows a modern approach with six phases, while ASAP was used for SAP ECC with five phases. Activate uses an agile and iterative approach, whereas ASAP follows a traditional waterfall model. Another key difference is that SAP Activate provides pre configured business processes through SAP best practices and follows a fit to standard approach, while ASAP relied on custom business blueprint design. In terms of configuration, Activate uses guided configuration tools, making implementation faster and more flexible, while ASAP involved more manual setup and was slower. Finally, SAP Activate supports cloud, hybrid, and on premise deployments, whereas ASAP was mainly focused on premise implementations. So, SAP Activate approach reduces implementation time and cost to implement SAP system. SAP Activate Methodology supports different types of implementation projects. Greenfield implementation project, or this is also known as new implementation. Brownfield implementation project, or we can also call it landscape transformation or system conversion. Selective data transition, or this is also known as bluefield implementation, and an SAP upgrade project. And you can watch one of the previous lectures in this section where I have explained the following types of projects. Next, here are the useful and updated links that you will use in this lecture. First, the SAP Activate Roadmap Viewer is now accessed through SAP for Me portal by using this link. Earlier, we used the old link, that is go.support.sap.com and then roadmap viewer. But SAP has now centralized everything into one platform called SAP for Me. Secondly, the SAP Best Practices Explorer has also been updated. It is now available through the SAP Signavio Process Navigator. Previously, we used rapid.sap.com, but now SAP has integrated best practices into Signavio for a better process driven experience. And SAP for Me can be accessed through the following link, as you can see here. And then you can log in using either your SAP P user ID or S user ID. However, users within S user ID have access to more features and services. And an S user ID is typically provided to employees of organizations that are SAP customers or SAP partners, or to users who have access to SAP learning resources. In contrast, a P user ID usually provides access to more limited functionality. And what is SAP for Me? It is a digital portal that provides customers and partners centralized access to SAP support, licenses, services, systems, and account information. So let's scroll down and then go to services and support. And then here you need to click more and then navigate to ALM. And here ALM represents application lifecycle management. And here we can view SAP Activate Roadmap Viewer. Let's click on it. And this screen shows the Roadmap Viewer homepage within SAP for Me. The Roadmap Viewer is a tool provided by SAP that allows consultants and project teams to access the SAP Activate methodology and implementation roadmaps for different SAP solutions, which I will show you in a minute. So, first, take a look at its overview section. And this overview section explains the concept and purposes of SAP Activate. It helps users understand what SAP Activate methodology is, why it is used for SAP implementations, and how it supports digital transformation projects. This section is mainly used by beginners who want to learn the methodology. And you can also view all 6 phases of SAP Activate. The next is the structure. How is SAP Activate organized? Let's click on it. So it describes the 6 phases of SAP Activate, the implementation work streams, and the structure of tasks and deliverables. This section helps users understand the framework of the SAP Activate methodology. The next button we have is personalization, that how can I use the roadmap viewer. So click on it, and here users can download the PDF to learn how can I personalize the roadmaps experience and how can I personalize my account and receive additional help. So if we click on PDF version, so we will have this PDF open provided by SAP where you can learn further about SAP Activate. As you can see that SAP has given the definition of each element within SAP Activate Roadmap Viewer. Similarly, if we click on the second PDF, then a user can learn how can I personalize my account and receive additional help. And again, you can go through the content in this PDF provided by SAP. So let's go back and then go back. So the next section we have is SAP Cloud ALM. So this section introduces SAP Cloud Application Lifecycle Management. It is a platform used to manage the entire SAP implementation lifecycle, including project management, task tracking, testing, monitoring, and operations support. It works closely with the SAP Activate methodology during implementation projects. So we can click on it and the following page will open provided by SAP, which you can go through if you want to learn more about SAP Cloud ALM. Go back. So here we have this button, explore all roadmaps. Let's click on it. So this button allows users to access all available SAP implementation roadmaps for different SAP solutions where SAP Activate methodology can be used. And here we have cloud specific methodology, on premise specific methodology, upgrade methodology, and general or cross topics. So you can choose the one which is related to your SAP implementation project. For example, if I will navigate to on-premise specific methodology, so here we can view SAP Activate methodology for transition to SAP S4 HANA. And if I will click this add roadmap to favorite, then we can find this under my favorite roadmaps. Further, we have this highlights section, and this highlights section also shows SAP Activate Roadmap for common SAP implementation deployment options, such as Grow with SAP Deployment Guidance, Rise with SAP Clean Core Success Plan, and implement SAP Business Technology Platform, and again explore cross topics. Next, I will demonstrate you the each phase of SAP Activate by comparing three different implementation roadmaps. Here you can view SAP Activate methodology for transition to SAP S4HANA. And here we have Grow with SAP and Rise with SAP. So let's first open Grow with SAP. And here we have SAP Activate for SAP S4HANA Cloud Public Edition. So Grow with SAP is mainly used for implementing SAP S4HANA Public Cloud for new customers. And if you're wondering that what is Grow with SAP, it is an offering designed for small and mid-sized businesses to adopt SAP S4HANA Cloud using best practices, rapid implementation, and scalable cloud ERP solutions. So I will go back and next I will open Rise with SAP Clean Core Success Plan. Rise with SAP is a subscription based business transformation offering that helps organizations move their existing system to SAP S4HANA Cloud using a bundled package of software, infrastructure, tools, and services. While the Clean Core Success Plan is a SAP's guidance to help organizations keep their S4HANA system standard by minimizing customizations through best practices, tools, and governance. And here SAP Activate for SAP Cloud ERP Private New Implementation Roadmap opens. So Rise with SAP is for SAP S4HANA Private Cloud for new implementation. Next, I will open SAP Activate Methodology for transition to SAP S/4HANA. Let's open this. So I have opened three different SAP Activate Roadmap Viewers on my screen, which you can view, and I will compare each implementation so that you can understand SAP Activate methodology better. So the first tab we have is Overview. It provides a summary of the roadmap and explains the purpose of the roadmap, the type of SAP implementation scenario, and how the roadmap guides the project team throughout the implementation life cycles. And here is the diagram that organizes the entire SAP implementation project into phases and work streams, allowing project teams to understand what activities need to be performed during each phase of the project. And across the top of this diagram, you can see the 6 phases of the SAP Activate methodology from discover to run. And these phases represent the life cycle of an SAP implementation project from initial evaluation to post go live operations. And on the left side, you can see the implementation work streams. Each work stream represents a functional area of the SAP implementation project. And here we can view project management, solution adoption, application design, and configuration. The same information we can view for other implementation projects such as SAP Cloud ERP Private New Implementation. And here we can view all 6 phases and the related work streams such as project management, customer team enablement. So these work streams could be different depending on the implementation project type. As you can see for Cloud Public Edition, and we can also view its work stream, which look different from the transition to SAP S/4HANA. HANA. And remember that each work stream contains specific tasks and activities that must be completed during different phases of the project. And you can identify a task or activity in the gray color, as you can see here, that these are all the activities, while the diamond symbols at the top represent quality gates. As you can see here, you can also find this information under the bottom of this diagram. And quality gates are formal checkpoints in the SAP project where the project team reviews progress and confirms that the project is ready to move to the next phase. Similarly, we can take a look at the diagram for private cloud, and here we have quality gates, activities which are in blue boxes represent project activities, and further we have clean core quality gates. Here you can view clean core quality gates and clean core activities. So these tasks ensure that the SAP system follows the clean core principle, meaning minimal modifications to standard SAP code, and extensions are built using SAP BTP or side by side development. And this helps maintain system stability and easier upgrades. We can also take a look at the diagram for public cloud. So we have only quality gates and task or activity. Next, we have this button, download project plan, in each SAP Roadmap Viewer. So if we click on this button and then fill the form in this pop-up window such as downloaded by company, role, email, and then click download button, then SAP downloads a project planning package for the selected SAP Activate Roadmap. And this package contains templates and documents that help project managers plan and execute an SAP implementation project. And the files are downloaded in a compressed zip folder which contains several planning resources. For example, if I go to the folder upload to MS Excel and then double click on the project plan, and the following Excel file will show you the information related to SAP Activate Project Plan. And Excel is often used when teams want a simple project tracking tool. Similarly, MS Project file is designed for Microsoft Project, and Microsoft Project is a professional project management tool. And similarly, the following file can be uploaded into SAP Solution Manager, which is a platform used to manage the entire SAP project lifecycle. And further, you can go through the following PDF and PowerPoint presentation provided by SAP. And README PDF provides you the information about the contents of the downloaded package, how to use them, and how to import them into Excel, Microsoft Project, or SAP Solution Manager. It acts as a user guide for the project plan package. Let's go back, scroll down, and here we have the definition of each SAP Activate phase. We can also access SAP Activate phase by click on this drop down list button, and here we can click on a phase to jump on it directly. So you can go through each phase to understand what activities you have to perform in each phase for a particular implementation methodology in a particular work stream, which you can see on the left hand side. So the first SAP Activate phase is Discover. The Discover phase is the first phase of the SAP Activate methodology. Its objective is to help organizations understand the business value and capabilities of SAP S/4HANA and how it can support their digital transformation strategy. Key activities include introduction to SAP Business Suite, strategic planning, for example, explore SAP BTP Extension Suite, Integration Suite, implementation roadmaps of SAP Activate, which we are currently doing. Conversion readiness assessment of SAP ERP by conducting financial and technical workshops. Application value and scoping, setting up trial system, digital discovery assessment, organizational change management overview, establishing the cloud mindset in private and public cloud editions. At the end of this phase, the organization decides whether to proceed with the SAP implementation or not. And here we can view the discover phase in the following diagram along with the related work streams. Now, in order to explore the discover phase of SAP Activate methodology, we will proceed to the next tab, that is content. So, the content tab in SAP Roadmap Viewer is the most important section for exploring the SAP Activate methodology. In this tab, we can filter the implementation activities step by step. For example, I can select the filter for phase that is discover, and if I will scroll down here, we can view the work streams. So if I will expand it, and here we can view different work streams. And work streams are group activities based on implementation areas such as data management, analytics, operations and support, integration, application design and configuration. So you have to select the filter of a work stream according to the work you are doing, or you want to find the resources for a particular phase, such as in Discover, you want to look for data management. So select this filter. If we go back to overview, so we can find this work stream in the Discover diagram as well. Let's go back to content. So here you can view that when I selected the work stream, so it is now showing me the resources or content related to the discover phase and in data management work stream. Similarly, if I will select another work stream, that is analytics, now it is showing me only strategic planning as a related content to analytics. If I will select operations and support, then it will again show me the related content. Scroll down. So here we can filter the product in which we are working. For example, if you are working for SAP BTP, SAP Signavio, or any other product, then you can select accordingly. But we have only two options, SAP BTP and SAP Signavio. So if I will select SAP BTP, so again, the following content will be appeared. Next, we have tags. So tags help identify the specific contents. For example, if it is a new implementation, then we can filter it. If it is a system conversion, then we can filter it. Clean core, selective data transition, then you can select or filter the tag accordingly. Next, we have roles. So we can choose our role and see only those tasks that apply to us. Scroll down. So if our role is enterprise architect, then probably we will be working in SAP BTP product in discover phase for strategic planning. And if I will just remove the filter and then reselect discover phase, so you can view the following tasks or activities for discover. And if I will expand one of the task, let's say application value and scoping, then we can view the related content under this task or activity. And further, if I will filter it down by selecting extensibility and then click application value and scoping, so you have noticed that now it has filtered the content under application value and scoping that is related to extensibility. So that's how the filter option works. And further, we can filter by product such as SAP Signavio, and then tags, it could be new implementation or system conversion or selective data transition. And further, we can select the related role who is responsible to do this activity in this discover phase, such as business process expert. So let's expand this and then select discover the value of SAP S/4HANA for your company. And now it is showing us the following content which you can go through, such as prerequisites, procedure, and results, how SAP can support. And further, if you scroll down, so you can go through this. And finally, we have accelerators. So, what are accelerators? And this is also our third tab. So, it provides supporting resources that help accelerate the SAP implementation process, while the Content tab shows the activities and tasks that must be performed during each phase. The Accelerators tab provides documents, templates, guides, and tools that help consultants complete those tasks more efficiently. So these resources are called accelerators because they speed up the implementation project and reduce the effort required to perform certain activities. So let's go back to content and then scroll down. And here we can view this Activate Accelerator for SAP Signavio download. If we click on it, then it will open the following page giving us the information about downloading SAP Signavio. Now the question is, what is SAP Signavio? So, SAP Signavio is a business process management platform used to analyze, model, and improve business processes. It helps organizations understand how their processes work and optimize them during SAP implementations or business transformations. And in SAP Activate projects, SAP Signavio helps analyze and design business processes that are later implemented using SAP S/4HANA and SAP Best Practices. So let's go back and I will show you another document in discover phase. Let's go back and here we have this administration guide to implementation of SAP S/4HANA with SAP best practices. Let's open this and you will have this link open, and if we navigate to implementation and then select getting the most recent SAP best practices content, so you can go through this to understand that how most recent SAP best practices content you can activate. So now you have understood that how you can find a related content in discover phase in which you have to work. If I will go back to discover, and that content can be related to strategic planning, conversion readiness assessment, application value and scoping, or trial system provisioning. And similarly, you can also find the related content in discover phase, which is SAP private cloud new implementation and SAP public cloud addition in discover phase. And I will move to the next phase, which is prepare. So let's select prepare. So what is prepare phase in SAP Activate? In the prepare phase, the project is officially started. Key activities include defining project scope and planning, establishing project governance, team formation and assigning project roles and responsibilities. SAP consultants are onboarded and business process owners are identified. Project kickoff and onboarding, stakeholder analysis, organizational change management, completing the business driven configuration assessment questionnaire in public cloud edition, which helps define the initial requirements. And we can also find the activities or content by looking at the content tab, that what activities we have to perform, and we have related documentation provided by SAP. So project team enablement, transition planning, project plan project, and project kickoff and onboarding. If I will select it and then click prepare for kickoff meeting, excellent. So we will have this document available, project kickoff template, which we can download and can use for our purpose. As you can see here that it is ready made PowerPoint slide which we can use. Let's go back. Similarly, you can view the tasks and content for prepare phase for SAP Cloud Private. And similarly, you can view the activities for prepare phase in public edition. And as I mentioned in the PowerPoint slide, that in public cloud implementations, a business driven configuration assessment questionnaire is completed to define the initial requirements. So we can find it here, business driven configuration assessment. Let's take a look at it. So I will go to view its details, and here we have the following accelerators available for business driven configuration assessment. So let's download the following questionnaire that is for finance. Let's click on it and then double click on it. So it will download an Excel template, and here you can find the area, topic definition, and here if you scroll right, so you can view the question level, solution, and here the customer has to write its response against the following question. So that's how you can complete the initial requirements, and then based on the answers obtained from this assessment, consultants need to plan for the next and probably most important phase of the SAP Activate methodology, that is the next one, which is the explore phase. And now I will proceed to the next phase, that is explore. So what happens in explore phase? This phase focuses on exploring the SAP best practices and standard business processes to ensure that those meet business requirements. In other words, the objective of this phase is to focus on fit to standard workshops to validate business processes. Key activities include fit to standard workshops, reviewing standard SAP processes and identifying required configurations, identifying gaps in standard SAP functionality with RISEF elements. In order to understand the gap, first we have to understand the fit to standard. For example, you can see this diagram that this is the enterprise structure and this is SAP mapping. It means that, for example, if an organization gives us the requirements of its enterprise structure hierarchy at a high level, as you can see, then we can map it into SAP by using different objects in SAP system, such as client represents enterprise, company code represents subsidiary or company, plant represents factory, and similarly distribution channel refers to selling channel, sales organization to sales department, and sales group refers to salesperson or sales team, and storage location refers to storage location or warehouse. So we can say that this is fit to standard process or fit with process. In other words, these requirements can be met with the standard functionality of SAP system. Now, if any organization's business requirement cannot be met with the standard functionality of SAP system, then it will be a gap. And gap analysis is usually documented with the reference of RISEF elements, which stands for workflow, reports, interfaces, conversions, enhancements, and forms. And further, you can see the example of interfaces such as iDocs, conversions, LSMW or BDC enhancements refer to user exits. The next one, defining required enhancements, data migration assessment, testing planning, setting up of SAP environments such as sandbox and development, and SAP build setup. And we can find the similar information under explore, phase initiation, learning needs analysis for users. So the most important activity in explore phase is fit to standard workshop, in which we have fit to standard workshop preparation, fit to standard system preparation, fit to standard workshops, and documentation. So let's take a look at its documentation. So I will expand it and then click fit to standard workshop documentation. You can go through its description, and here we can find its related accelerator. So let's open fit to standard functional design templates. Double click on it. So it's a zip folder, and here you can find the functional specification documents on RISEF elements. You have workflow, report, interface, conversion enhancement, and form. So all these 6 RISEF elements related documentation will be downloaded as templates. So let's take a look at the form. So the following Word document is open, and here you can enter the document title, customer name. So this is the functional specification document template which you can use when you work in explore phase. So this is quite handy that SAP has already provided you the template and you do not have to design the template yourself. So this will save a lot of time when you work in this phase. So you also have the following questions, which is review checklist. So this is quite handy. So let's go back. And further, you can take a look at this document, how to approach fit to standard analysis or design. Let's take a look at it. So it's a PowerPoint presentation. So the following PowerPoint slides will be downloaded, which you can also go through it. So this is quite handy. You can demonstrate it to the customer when you work in a project. So this is quite useful and quite good that it is already there. Let's go back, and further you can also take a look at the related web pages backlog including delta requirements. So this will download the Excel file. So this is the Excel file which is downloaded to record the backlog. Here we have high level roadmap, backlog, values drop down. So you can go through each tab according to the business requirements. You can fill this template. Further, we have the web page for SAP Cloud ALM for implementation and SAP Fiori apps reference library link. Let's go back. Next, you can take a look at design workshops and documentation. And if you click on design, you can go through its description. And here you can find the accelerator section in which you can view the same documents. So this document looks different, master data requirements and design document template. Let's open this and double click on it. So the following document has been downloaded, that is master data specification. So you can enter the project name, customer number, SAP project manager, and then scroll down. So here you can enter the review and approval names and dates. So this document is related to the master data which you set up into SAP system. Go back. Similarly, you can view the other tasks or activities such as data migration, design, custom code impact, integration design, analytics design, test planning, sandbox setup or conversion, development setup or conversion, sizing, and further activities you can go through. And further, you can filter the content for explore phase by selecting a work stream in which you are working. Scroll up, and I will expand fit to standard workshop preparation and then prepare and schedule workshops. Scroll down, and here we have a web page, SAP Signavio Process Navigator. And now I will show you what is SAP Signavio Process Navigator, because this is very important for you to know about this SAP Signavio Process Navigator, which provides us SAP solution scenarios with SAP best practices. And a solution scenario is a collection of related business processes that together support a specific business function in SAP S for HANA. And you can also view the version. You can also access SAP Signavio Process Navigator. If we go back to SAP for Me homepage, let's duplicate tab, and I'm back to homepage. And if I will click on services and support and then click more ALM. So previously we clicked on SAP Activate Roadmap Viewer, which I'm currently showing you. So if I scroll down, so here we have SAP Signavio Process Navigator. So you can directly access it through this section. Let's go back. So during SAP Activate implementations, these solution scenarios and solution processes are used to demonstrate SAP best practice business processes to business users during the explore phase. So let's click on SAP Signavio Process Navigator. And here we have SAP best practices for SAP S4HANA Cloud Public Edition, Private Edition. Let's click on Private Edition. And here we have process view, which is showing us solution process, country specific solution process. And if we scroll down, so we can view processes by line of business. And further, we can also view industry related processes. Next, we have feature view. And here we can view features by line of business, solution process impact, and localization updates, line of business, new features. And further, if we click on any solution process impact, let's take an example of accounts receivable and then scroll up. So here we can view solution process flow in this diagram. As you can see here, that we have this solution process diagram by SAP. And if we further scroll down, so we have solution scenarios. And here we have accelerators, its test script and test script SAP Cloud ALM. If I will click on test script, so the following file is downloaded. Let's click on it. And that's the test script document which has been downloaded. So you can go through this test script document, which will give you the information about the test script for SAP S4HANA Cloud Private Edition, such as prerequisites, system access, roles, master data, organizational data, and other data, business partners. So you can go through this document. Let's close, scroll down, and here we can go through the description, solution component, country or region relevance, industry relevance. So you can also view the solution process that is supported across various industries. And here we have solution capabilities. And what's new will show you the any new feature that has been introduced by SAP related to accounts receivable in any of its latest releases. And further, you can view the solution area, line of business, solution capability, where the new feature has been introduced by SAP. So we can say that SAP Signavio Process Navigator and SAP Activate related to each other, as SAP Signavio helps analyze and design business processes that are later implemented using SAP S/4HANA and SAP best practices. Let's close the extra tabs, go back. Next, we also do data migration assessment in explore phase. So let's scroll down. And here we can find this activity data migration design. Let's take a look at its related content. And let's take a look at setup and configure data migration tools. And you can go through this information. And here we have accelerators in the form of web pages. Let's open the first link. And this is redirecting us to SAP Signavio Process Navigator. And here we can find the information related to data migration for S4HANA from staging to Q2. And here we can select the country, and you can also find the version. So here we have the accelerators. So you can click test script, and it will download the following document provided by SAP. You can double click on it, and this will open the following Word document, which is very important for you to go through before you do any data migration activity, because it will explain you the prerequisites, system access, technical business role, templates for data migration, migration objects, and further information you can go through about data migration through SAP S4 HANA. Go back. Next accelerator we have is test script for SAP Cloud ALM. We can also download it and double click on it, and this has downloaded a test script for SAP Cloud ALM. It is a structured document used to test SAP business processes step by step, ensuring that the system works correctly according to business requirements. And it is designed to be uploaded and executed in SAP Cloud ALM, which is SAP's tool for managing testing during implementation. Let's go back. Similarly, you can view other activities in explore phase. You can go through each activity one by one and then take a look at its content according to your business requirements. Similarly, we can view SAP Activate Explore phase content for private cloud. And again, we have fit to standard workshops documentation, integration planning and design, user experience design, test planning, clean core quality gate 2. And remember that clean core is an SAP best practice approach where the core SAP S4HANA system is kept as standard as possible by avoiding unnecessary customizations. So you can go through its content or accelerators for this activity. Next, I will show you the SAP Activate Explore phase content for public cloud. And here we have user adoption strategy, and further we have SAP build planning and design, SAP build setup. So these activities were not there in transition to SAP S/4HANA and for private cloud, but it is in public cloud. Again, in Explore ways, we have data load preparation and test planning. And finally, Explore phase closure and sign off. And that's the related content SAP has provided, which we can take a look if we click on its details. Here we can go through the overview of Explore phase closure and sign off. And if we take a look at this task, obtain customer sign off for phase completion. So we can find the related accelerator please sign off phase sign off template, which we can download. And that's the Word document SAP has provided, so which we can go through. And that's the beauty of SAP Activate methodology, that we have SAP best practice documentation already in place. Next, I will proceed to the next phase, that is realize. This phase focuses on system configuration and development. Key activities include system configuration, development or custom development of RISE objects, data migration and its verification, unit testing, integration implementation, test preparation and execution, sprint planning and execution, and cutover preparation. So, the actual system configuration and development activities are mainly performed in the realize phase, and this is exactly what we are focusing on in this course. So, whenever you see me doing system configuration settings, creating structures, or demonstrating system behavior, end user activities which can be related to unit testing, and integration in between SAP FICO, MM, and ST modules, then you should relate it to the realize phase activities of a real SAP implementation project. In other words, this course is giving you hands on exposure to what SAP consultants actually do during the realize phase. And first, here we can view SAP Activate Realize phase tasks for transition to SAP S4HANA, such as phase initiation, plan, realize phase. And further, here we can view the configuration activities in this phase and product enhancements, which are again the development, sprint closing. Sprints are short time boxed development cycles in agile methodology where teams complete specific tasks, deliver working features, and review progress before starting the next iteration. Similarly, the other tasks are integration, validation, data migration and verification, custom code quality, integration implementation, analytics configuration, test preparation, test execution, and here you can find the related content for test execution provided by SAP. Further, we have IT infrastructure setup, cutover preparation, enablement, delivery, and finally phase closure and sign off phase deliverables in this realize phase. Similarly, we can view the tasks and content for realize phase for private cloud, and here you can view the tasks for realize phase, which are shorter than the tasks for transition to SAP S4 HANA. Similarly, we can also view the realize phase tasks and content for public cloud edition, and here we can view execution and monitoring of project and initial system access for S4HANA cloud development system, that is very important, and request the S4HANA cloud test system and request the S4HANA cloud production system, then enablement, content development, set up SAP BTP apps. So in public cloud, we also set up SAP BTP for custom development for apps. Then integration setup in the test system, solution configuration, and data migration in the development tenant, SAP build setup in production system, test preparation, again data migration activity in this phase, then cutover preparation. So we have all such tasks and content provided by SAP for realize phase of SAP Activate methodology for S4HANA Cloud Public Edition. The next phase of SAP Activate is deploy. In this phase, the SAP system is prepared for production go live. Key activities include integration validation, operations readiness, dress rehearsal, that is, finalize IT infrastructure services and perform cutover rehearsal, set up data migration in the production system go live, and hypercare support and handover to support organization. And further about this phase, that during go live there may be temporary system downtime, usually scheduled during weekends, and at the end of this phase the SAP system becomes operational, and after go live, the project enters the hypercare support period where SAP consultants provide intensive support to resolve any issues or errors quickly. So we can filter the tasks for this deploy phase, and further, if you want, you can also select the filter for work stream, product, tags, and roles according to your business requirements. And if we select deploy, we can view the content by tasks. If you want to view the content all together, then we can also navigate to accelerators phase, which show us the content related to this deploy phase, such as you have lessons learned guide for SAP customer and lessons learned template, and further you have quality built in new QGate checklist and SAP Activate Quality Gate concept, and further you have S for HANA Quality Gate checklist. So all these documentation you can use for your journey to transition to SAP S4 HANA. Similarly, we can also take a look at the tasks and content for deploy phase for SAP private cloud, and here we can view dress rehearsal, and accordingly we can view the content, and then deploy phase closure and sign off. And if you want to view all the accelerators for deploy phase, then you can click accelerators tab, and here you can find the documents such as SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition Onboarding Resource Center, and further open issues list template which you can open, and this will download the following Excel file which you can open, and the following template you can use for open issues list. So SAP has already provided this open issue list document or template which you can use for your organization. Let's go back. So similarly, we can also view the tasks and content for deploy phase for cloud public edition, and here we have execution and monitoring of project, and further we can view the related content for each task one by one, such as production cutover. So we have set up data migration in the production system go live, and let's take a look at setup data migration in the production system. So you can go through this information, and also we have this following accelerator which you can view. This is a link in help.sap.com transporting projects to the test system, so which you can go through. So all this information is very useful when you implement an SAP environment by using SAP Activate methodology. So I will proceed to the next phase, that is run phase. In this phase, the SAP system is fully operational and the focus is on operating and optimizing the live system. Key activities include operate the new solution efficiently, optimize IT operation continuously, issue resolution and support operations. So in short, this phase ensures the system continues to deliver value to the organization and the system continues to evolve according to business needs. So let's take a look at the content tab in this run phase. So we have only two tasks, operate solution and improve and innovate solution. So again, you can view the SAP provided content which are based on SAP best practices, and you can use those content for each task which you can view, and further you can select work stream according to your business requirements. For example, only one work stream is available, that is operations and support. And further, we can also view the run phase for private cloud. So it has governance model, ongoing system operations, identify innovation and growth opportunities, clean core quality gate. And further, we can take a look at work stream. So it has data management, analytics, operations, and support in the run phase. Similarly, we can view the task and content for run phase for SAP Public Cloud. So it has cloud operation framework, ongoing system operations, release and update cycles for SAP S/4HANA Cloud, continuous improvement and user adoption analysis, value management, and run phase closure and sign off. So you can again download the content for each task according to the business requirements and use it as a SAP best practice template. So let's quickly summarize what we have learned in this lecture about the SAP Activate methodology. We started by understanding that SAP Activate is the standard implementation methodology for SAP S/4HANA, combining best practices, guided configuration, and agile approach. Then we explored the 6 phases of SAP Activate. First one is discover, understanding the business value and deciding whether to proceed, then prepare, project planning, team setup, and governance, then explore, fit to standard workshops, and business process validation. Then realize system configuration, development, and testing, deploy, system go live, and initial support. Finally, run phase, operating and continuously improving the live system. We also understood how tools like SAP Roadmap Viewer, SAP for Me, and SAP Signavio Process Navigator support these phases. Most importantly, we learned that this course focuses on the realize phase where actual configuration and implementation take place. So, as we move forward, you should always connect what you are learning with how it fits into a real SAP project lifecycle. We also explored the key tabs available in the SAP Activate Roadmap Viewer and their purpose. The Overview tab gives you a high level understanding of the roadmap. It shows the phases, structure, and overall flow of the SAP Activate methodology. The Content tab is the most important tab, where you can see all the detailed activities, tasks, deliverables, and work streams. It also allows you to filter by phase, roles, and tags, helping you understand what needs to be done in each stage of the project. The Accelerators tab provides ready to use templates, documents, and guides such as test scripts, configuration documents, which help you execute the project faster and more efficiently. So, together, these tabs help you move from understanding, planning, execution in an SAP implementation project. And I will proceed to the next activity.